Welcome to Chapter 8 Change. In this chapter, we're exploring how gender, sexuality, and family life have evolved over time, and how social and economic shifts have shaped our understanding of love, work, and identity. Change is constant. Every era defines relationships, sexuality, and family differently, but the underlying forces driving those changes often come down to economics, technology, and social values. Let's start with sex. In agrarian societies where people farmed and grew their own food, sex was mostly about reproduction, sex for babies. Marriage and fertility were tied to survival and labor, not romance. As societies industrialized, things began to shift. An industrial economy, one based on producing goods for sale, created wages or money earned from work. That wage system allowed people, especially men, to provide for families in new ways. At the same time, something else happened commodification, turning things, even love and bodies, into products that could be bought and sold. Dating, fashion, and even sex became linked to consumer culture. Then came sex for love, and later, sex for pleasure. People began to see intimacy as personal and emotional, not just reproductive. But the change wasn't simple. Cultural expectations created what we call the gendered love sex binary, the idea that women want love and men want sex. This led to the sexual double standard, where men were praised for sexual activity while women were judged or shamed. We see this in the good girl, bad girl dichotomy, the belief that sexually active women are less respectable than those who behave. In the early 20th century, women began pushing back against these limits. Practices like treating, where men paid for dates, and smashing same gender crushes among college women reflected both new freedoms and lingering inequalities. Marriage has evolved alongside work and the economy. In early patriarchal or property marriages, women were literally seen as their husband's property. By the mid 1800s, the breadwinner housewife marriage emerged. Men earned a family wage large enough to support a wife and children, while women managed the home. This was seen as separate but equal. Men in the world of production, women in the world of reproduction. But equal here meant separate power and unequal value. The cult of domesticity encouraged women to embrace caregiving and emotional labor as their highest calling, to be moral centers for their families. In the 1950s, post war America idealized the nuclear family. Dating culture encouraged going steady, a temporary but exclusive pairing. But beneath the surface, the separation of spheres, men at work, women at home, created strain. It was a system that seemed stable, but it reinforced deep gender inequalities. The 1960s and beyond brought dramatic change. As economies shifted towards service and information work, women entered the workforce in record numbers. Earlier, marriage bans had restricted married women from working, and protective legislation limited women's jobs under the guise of safety. But those laws also kept women dependent on men's wages. When women began working in fields like education, healthcare, and administration, the economy changed again, now built on services and knowledge rather than manufacturing. This opened new possibilities, but also revealed how deeply gender was built into labor systems. By the 2000s, marriage itself looked very different. People now enter a wide range of relationship styles, including monogamy, polyamory, and open relationships. We also see more blended families, where partners bring children from previous relationships together. The dominant ideal today is the partnership marriage, a model based on love, companionship, and equality. Couples negotiate their own division of labor and redefine what family means to them. Marriage is no longer just an economic contract or a gendered obligation. It's a partnership between equals who decide what balance works for them. So, in this chapter, we've traced how ideas about sex, love, and marriage have changed alongside economic and cultural shifts. From agrarian fields to digital lives, from property marriage to partnership, every transformation reveals the same truth. As societies change, so do our definitions of love, gender, and family.